Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2022-23 season. My name is Dan and it's time for our Game Week 32 episode of the 100 Experts series, where we're going to see what our expert FPL managers are up to in this blank game week. What transfers will they be making? Will they be making any use of chips? Will they be captaining anyone interesting this game week? All to come in this video. So if you guys do enjoy this one, please do leave a like, please do subscribe if you're new around here. Without further ado, let's meet our experts. So here they are in all of their glory. Just sent out another load of gift cards to some of our experts to thank them for helping out with our content. More to come throughout the rest of the season, so we'll be sending out some more Amazon gift cards to these people very, very soon. But yeah, just a massive thanks to these guys. Like, they help all of us out so much, and we couldn't do this series without them. So let's see what they're up to. Alright, so out of our 100 expert managers, 12% are making one transfer this week, 13% are making two transfers this week, 6% are making three or more transfers, so 5% are making three, I believe, and 1% is making four transfers this week, so quite a lot of transfers. 68% are using the free hit, and 1% not making a transfer at all this week, so just one person. Should say, guys, and I know this is going to be something that is kind of interesting to a lot of people, how many people are using their free hit? Well, it looks like 68% are using their free hit. So non-free hitters, whilst you guys are in the minority, I guess, what I would say from this is that you're definitely not alone. You're definitely not alone. It's not like everyone is using a free hit this week. Some people have already used it. Some people are planning to use it in future game weeks. To use a free hit in a game week 32 is very, very popular. Don't get me wrong, but it's by far and away not the only way to play FPL. So you're not alone, but a lot of people are using their free hit this week. And guys, I know that because 68% are using their free hit this week, a lot of our data from this video is only going to be really relevant to people who are not free hitting. I think this is going to be the best video of the week on my channel for those of you guys without a free hit or who are not using a free hit right now, of what kind of moves you could be thinking about making. So I still think this is going to be relevant to free hitters as well, because we've got captaincy stats, and it's always good to get an eye on what kind of your oppositions are up to, the non-free hits kind of third of FPL, I guess, see what those guys are up to, I suppose. But what I will say, guys, is that I know that if you are free hitting, you might not get everything you want from this video, and I accept that. And therefore, if we can hit 1,500 likes on this video, I will make an entirely separate video to this, detailing all of the experts free hits team, looking what players are in those free hit teams, and try and build a team with the most popular picks from there, and kind of try and make the perfect free hit team based on our expert data. That is going to take a lot of work to do it, so I'll only do it if that is something you guys really, really want to see. So do make sure you like the video to let me know that that is something that you'd like to see. Maybe drop a comment as well. But yeah, for the rest of this video, it's going to be mostly about non-free hitters, but we're also going to sprinkle in some stuff for free hitters as well to keep everyone interested. Fingers crossed. So the most popular Game Week 32 transfers in the whole wide world are as follows. Watkins, Eze and Salah leading the line with over 200,000 transfers in each. Watkins and Eze closing in on 300,000 each. We've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mings, Martinelli, Jesus dropping in just behind then, and then it kind of does get a little bit more scattered, I suppose. But certainly, top of the pops this game week, Watkins is the #1 transfer, and you can kind of understand why. Those people who are kind of lagging behind on the Watkins hype, maybe it's time to just get him into your team. Eze here as well, a player who's done well last couple of game weeks. It does seem that maybe we are seeing that maybe the first few players on this list are quite literally the players who scored the most points last game week. So as always, in the general FPL world, it is often the case that a lot of FPL managers just pick whoever scored the most points last game week without looking too much into the future. But in general, I actually don't think these three top transfers are too bad at all, really. So guys, what we're going to do next is we are going to have a look at which of these 12 players are also popular among our experts who are making transfers this game week. And those players are Salah, Trent, Jesus, and Solanke. So just 4 of them out of the 12 are kind of very, very important to our experts as well. These are players that there's high levels of interest in these players as well. So yeah, there's a little bit of correlation here as well, but you know, not a massive amount of correlation. We have got a decent amount of data because it seems like those who are not free hitting are making a hell of a lot of transfers. So we are going to see a lot of expert data in this video. But yeah, it is kind of a little bit focused towards certain players, which we are going to see. Mings, Martinelli, Martinelli and Grealish, no transfers in whatsoever for these players. You can kind of understand the situation with Martinelli, why not many of our experts are transferring him in. He's more of a free hits kind of transfer, I suppose. I think maybe not so much interest in Arsenal players if we're looking at permanent transfers, I think. Other than Jesus, he seems to be the exception to that rule. He has been doing very well recently. Obviously, no one's bringing in Grealish because he doesn't have a fixture. No expert in their right mind would buy Grealish. I mean, I'm sure there is a very good reason why people are bringing in Grealish, but I just do not know what that reason is. It just seems like there's always a lot of crazy people out there in FPL who maybe aren't quite thinking straight, but maybe some of them have got good reasons. I'm going to try and withhold my judgment, but let me know what you think about that one, guys. Tyrone Mings, not too much interest in him either. We have got Alex Moreno, where there's a little bit of interest in him, but not so much Mings. So I think Alex Moreno, if you haven't already got your Aston Villa defender, is maybe the Aston Villa defender of choice, I suppose. A little bit cheaper than Mings as well. So let's have a look at some of these transfers out, first of all, from our experts. So, popular transfers out are Erling Haaland is the most transferred out. 10 out of our 31 transfer-making experts are removing Erling Haaland from their team, which is pretty interesting. We've got 8 transfers out for Chilwell as well. So, you'll notice top 2 players here, neither of these have fixtures in Game Week 32. So, it makes sense to replace these players, but maybe with a player who actually does have a fixture. I should say, a lot of people who are selling Erling Haaland are either planning on getting him back immediately in Game Week 32, maybe waiting till after Game Week 33, well, in Game Week 33, I suppose, or waiting for after the Arsenal fixture in 33, and maybe bringing him back in 34, or they are wild-carding immediately after Game Week 32. You'll notice, guys, by the way, that none of our experts are wild-carding this game week. It's a free hit week with many more plans to wild-card next game week, and you're going to see next game week, I guarantee you, we're going to have some numbers of FPL top FPL managers using their wild-card after the blank game week, not during it, to bring back players for the future double game weeks, because a lot of the double game week players that you want don't actually have fixtures this game week, so it's probably better to save the wildcard to next week if you can do that. So Haaland's going to be coming back in on lots of wildcards there. We've got Harry Kane is being sold. McAllister, I think McAllister, I do understand why people are selling him. Admittedly, I've got Solly March and McAllister in my team right now. I'm thinking about selling McAllister to Kaoru Mitoma, and I would say the same thing if you don't have Solly March but you have McAllister. I would maybe consider selling McAllister to March somewhere down the line later. So it doesn't matter if you remove McAllister this week to get a playing player in your team, because then you can replace them at a later date with your actual preferred Brighton midfielder instead. So it makes a little bit more sense. It's not like you're making a transfer and then reversing it. You're making 2 separate transfers in many ways. Rashford, Fernandes, Grealish, none of these players have fixtures. That's why they're being sold. But who are they being replaced by? And most notably, why is Harry Kane being sold by people? Because he actually does have a fixture. Well, that's because Mo Salah is the #1 transfer target. So 13 out of 31 of our experts are bringing in Salah, and the vast majority of those transfer-making managers, the non-free hit managers, already have Salah. They'd already planned with Salah. Salah is, well recognized among top FPL managers as being an essential player for those people not free hitting on Game Week 31, not free hitting in Game Week 32, sorry. So yeah, a lot of those people already brought in Salah, and those who haven't brought in Salah yet are bringing him in now. He's just a kind of a must-have player if you are not free hitting in Game Week 32, and you do anything to make that happen. You sell Erling Haaland and bring him back later. You sell Harry Kane if you need to. You sell anyone you have to in order to get Salah into your team. He is essential for those, well, pretty much, I don't like saying essential really, but he is as close as to essential we can really get for those of you guys not free hitting in Game Week 32. A couple of other players really interesting for this game week as well. Trent Alexander-Arnold, another player just like Salah, fixture in 32 against Nottingham Forest at home, really nice fixture, and then a double game week in 34, so another really good player to bring in. We have got Konate here as a slight cheaper option, I suppose, if you want to get a Liverpool player but you don't have as much budget to spend, I suppose. Solanke and Jesus are kind of interesting as well. If you're looking for a new forward for your team, or you need to downgrade one of your forwards in order to afford Salah, Solanke could be really helpful. Jesus could possibly be helpful for that as well. So those are some downgrade options, I suppose, for the likes of Erling Haaland and Kane. So let's suggest some transfers based on that data. All right, so first of all, the way to get Salah in is possibly to downgrade one of your forwards, whether that's Erling Haaland or Kane. A really easy way to do that is just to downgrade them all the way down to Dominic Solanke, who's been in good form recently, plays against West Ham. We're expecting him to do quite well in that game. And by doing those downgrades to be fair, a decent player with a decent fixture in Game Week 32. It covers you well. He's cheap, so you can bench him in future game weeks if you want to. Doing that allows you to upgrade the likes of McAllister all the way up to Salah. Or if you can't afford to do that quite, you can maybe upgrade Grealish to Salah or Rashford to Salah. By the way, I should note, Rashford is back in training now, so he will be back very, very soon. But yeah, if you need to upgrade someone else to Salah, that is absolutely fine as well. But I've just thrown in McAllister as a suggestion because, like I said, I'd probably be looking to move McAllister on for a slightly different Brighton midfielder anyway. So I don't mind selling him so much. Chilwell is also a popular sell if you can remove him for Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you can afford to do that, I think that's a really, really positive transfer for non-free hitters as well. If you can't afford to do that, or you need to actually try and save some money, remove some money from your defence, then maybe Konate is an alternative there. And another suggestion here, Erling Haaland to Jesus. Maybe you've already got Salah in your team. You just want to get that one extra player for Game Week 32, and you plan on reversing that next game week, whether that's with a wild card or just using your free transfers. Haaland to Jesus seems like a move which could pay off as kind of a 1 week pump and then reverse it. If you're in big trouble right now, you really don't have the players, and you're just looking to use a transfer to maximise the amount of Game Week 32 players you have, this is a potential move that you might have to make as well. And with that said, guys, free hitters, those of you guys who are free hitting, join me back again because we're going to have a look at captaincy, which encompasses all of the data from all of our experts, including the free hitters. Well, what do we have here? A 92% captain pick. That is the highest we've probably seen in 2023. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember seeing something quite this high. It really is insane. And it really would suggest to me that you just captain Salah. You get Salah into your team no matter how you manage to do that, and you captain him. 92% is not a percentage to be messing around with. We do not often see a standout captain that stands out quite this much. Salah's been in good form. He is putting up really good underlying numbers at the moment, and he plays a really easy fixture in a game week where a lot of the other big boys aren't even playing. We've got no Man United, so no Rashford. We've got no Erling Haaland. Even Spurs and Kane plays against Newcastle, so it's kind of a difficult fixture. So yeah, Salah is really the only big premium right now that you would consider captaining in a game week like this. So it makes a lot of sense to go for him. There are a few people going for some differentials. Jesus, 2% against Southampton. Martinelli, 2% against Southampton as well. And 2% going for Trent versus Nottingham Forest as well as a little bit of a differential. But they really are, 2%ers. These are barely trends at all. So I'm not really comfortable recommending them necessarily. 92% on Salah says everything to me. But we have got two 1%ers as well. We have got Saka again against Southampton. So one person going for Saka as their Game Week 32 captain, and one person going for Kane as their Game Week 32 captain as well against Newcastle. Obviously, Kane has been fairly reliable, but I just would not want to bet against Salah this game week. So there you go, guys. Those are your captain picks. Really obvious one. If you have any doubts whatsoever about captaincy this week, just play it safe, get Salah in, and captain him. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I say, if we can get to 1,500 likes on this video, I will upload a second video detailing all of the most popular free hit picks among our experts and build a team using that data. But yeah, like I say, that's going to take a long time to put together. So I need to know that you guys actually want it before I actually go ahead and make it, because I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time either as well. But aside from that, guys, yeah, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully we'll have that video out if you guys want it. But aside from that, we'll have the regular content and maybe a few more treats before the end of the game week. It's an interesting game week. I'm enjoying making videos. Let's keep it going. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you later, mates. Bye-bye.